Okay, y'all. What up? What up? I just finished my 8 mile walk. I'm feeling good. I'm sweaty and I'm stinking, but I'm feeling good. So, let's get into it. Now, I know that I'm sure that most people are privy to this so-called diasporan war, specifically African and Caribbean, but especially African against FBA or Black American people. It's been going on for over 20 years. Um, is we know that it's not just online, because we run into these attitudes and these people who undermine us in politics and at work and so forth. So it's not just online. Okay, so recently, let me go back. Let me go back to the diasporan war. First of all, we never signed up to be a part of no diaspora group. FBA, Black American. We never signed up for that, okay? We never knew that there was a war being waged against us, all right? We didn't know there was a war. We didn't sign up for that. We didn't have anything to do with that. We didn't want it. We didn't initiate it. We were just thrown into the mix, so we had to respond, all right? So let's go on further. Now, recently, Black people from Scotland have entered into this quote unquote diasporan war. All right. So there's one young man that got 10 toes down, still boots kicking. And he's saying that his people are from the royal lineage of Scotland rulers that were indigenous to that land. Okay. They have allegedly, this is what he's saying, been there for hundreds, if not thousands of years. They are the originals from Scotland. He's saying we don't come from no goddamn Africa. I mean, he's kind of indignant and kind of hostile against that. And he's talking about he's mad because Africans are trying to claim him and saying you're just an African or a Caribbean. He said, no, the hell we ain't. Talking about they ain't from that mud hut continent, calling Africa a mud hut continent where only 30% of their water is drinkable, where only about 30% of their infrastructure is worth living in. Okay. So he's totally denying this. He's saying, telling the Africans, do not claim us. The Caribbeans do not claim us. We're not like you. We're not from Africa. And he's also claiming to be more in alignment with our people, Black American people here in America, that we've had more interactions with them than they have had with Africans. Now, other Africans and Caribbeans are saying, you're just an African or a Caribbean. You are not an indigenous Scot. And he's fighting against this. So he is the main one that's been talking. And I think I heard of a lady who came in from Scotland who's putting in her 2 cents. So I don't know if this is going to die down as quick as it rose up, reared his head. I don't know if it's going to equate to a new diaspora, quote unquote diaspora war against the Black people in Scotland and those from especially Africa. I don't know. I don't care. It's none of my business. But tell me why. Tell me why you got these people over here from our lineage with their stupid, retarded selves, with your ignorant, bug broken, what am I trying to say? Oh my God. Oh my God. Mindless, spineless, ignorant ass people that are trying to get involved in this, talking about the Scots are our allies. The Black Scots are our allies and stuff like that. What the hell are you talking about? Have you ever met a black motherfucker from Scotland before, ever? Have you? Have you been to Scotland? Of course. No, you couldn't find it on the map. What are you talking about? Our people are always looking for allies. Allies in the sky, at the bottom of the ocean. They trying to dig up concrete, looking for some fucking allies that don't even look like us, don't come from the same culture as us, not even from the same country, and they are hostile to us, don't want nothing to do with us, don't know nothing about us. But that's who you want to be an allyship with. You have no ally. Why don't you look at each other as the greatest and the most powerful ally that you can have? Because that's what it is. You don't have no allies. Get your black retarded ass out of this diaspora war that's trying to brew between the black, European, Scottish, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, and these Africans. Leave it alone. Let them deal with it. We ain't got nothing to do with it. You cannot have no allyship with people that you ain't never even met. Sit your dumb ass down with your brainwashed self. You crazy as hell. Crazy as all get out. Okay? Another thing I'm going to address here is I'm seeing a lot of videos coming from the same retarded ass people talking about the reason why they have expired student visas coming from Africa, and now ICE is targeting Africans and stuff like that, is because of some paperwork or bills or whatever that was put on the table of the president, Congress, whatever, and about how Africans are attacking us and talking about terrorist shit, like telling their doctors not to treat us and their nurses not to help us in the hospitals and stuff like that. Look, dumbass, don't you know that the government don't give a damn about what Africans have done and are doing or plan to do to us? Don't you know they don't care? Don't you know that when they started allowing these people in, which we fought for, I know we didn't know no better, when they started allowing these hyper tribalistic and xenophobic folks into America, they knew how they were going to see us, come at us, and how they were going to feel about us. Don't you know that the government already knew that? Why do you think they let so many of these boogers in? Why do you think they let them in? They don't care about you. If anything, they just ended up a part of the program to eradicate is supposed to be people who are here illegally, but so allegedly they are coming after people that have legal status. I don't know what's going on to that extent. I have to do my study on that or whatever, but they sure ain't coming after no African because of our black asses. Are you crazy? Stop making videos talking about this, talking about that Africans are getting focused, they're being focused on because of how they talk to us and because the government knows, and now please stop embarrassing us and yourself. These people, this government, this colonial European white whatever government has been conducting genocide against us for hundreds of years. Do you think they care about what Africans think about us, what Caribbeans think about us, what they say about us, what they gonna do, the Mexicans, the Latina, the Asians? Do you think they care? Give a hell about you. Now they might be doing this if white people are starting to complain about these Africans, because these Africans come over here and they don't understand the rules. They don't have the type of mindset that we do. They don't think like us. They don't think along the lines of race. They're tribal, okay? They think culture, similarity, and language and religion and stuff like that. That's how they think. So they don't know where they at. And don't let them lie to you, because they've been experiencing the same stuff that we have been experiencing with these people for 400 years. But they can act like they haven't. They can talk about whatever and say what they want to say. We know better. But like I said, that's not our business. That's on them. You brought your ashy ass over here. Now you just stay here and get this fucking work. Okay? You just get this work. Like that lady, that Caribbean lady that went over to that sleepover with all her white quote unquote friends, and she ended up dead outside on the ground, allegedly fell from the balcony. Everybody else okay, but she's dead. And they don't call the police isn't called until early in the morning when they allegedly found her. But on the autopsy report, they said that woman had bruises and trauma to her body that was not consistent with a 2-story fall. She had a lacerated heart, number one. Only people who go through extreme trauma like a severe car crash ends up with a lacerated heart. You don't get that from falling off a 2-story balcony. You know what they did to that girl? You know what happened to that Caribbean chick? They stumped her in the chest. Okay? What about the Jamaican dude that went hunting with all his white soul quote unquote friends? When they found him, he was bullet riddled. He had been honey. What about that little Nigerian boy that was going to was swimming with his all white friends? He was the only black tar baby dot that was there, and he ended up at the bottom of the pool, had drowned. Everybody else got out, and he's dead. What about that African girl that married this big caveman looking pot belly ass white man, and then ended up missing? Ain't nobody heard from her since. And he's sitting up here with his stomach hanging to the ground. He probably ate her. Okay? He probably ate her. So we know that you getting this work. Because I know a lot more, a whole lot more stories I can bring up that I've been hearing. But that's on you. We ain't got nothing to do with that. You hold your own nuts. Handle your own business. So, black folks, these black Scots ain't thinking about you. They ain't never met a black American person in their lives. The only the only way that they could have even heard about us is probably through Michael Jackson and a few videos here and there that they see in the UK where they're at. They're not on our side. This government is not on your side. This is not why they're conducting these raids against these immigrant people, which they shouldn't have allowed to come in here anyway. They shouldn't have allowed to just let them. They shouldn't have just opened the door and just allowed them to come in like they did. They knew what they were doing. They're up to something. And plus, we don't have no real intense hatred for nobody, but we can't worry about y'all because we got to prepare for what it is that they have in store for us. All right? Because that's getting ready to show up too. So we can't worry about y'all. Y'all got to handle your own business, hold your own nuts, try to survive, try to keep your being hung, ate, and shot up and drowned. You on your own, okay? Peace.